What's up, everybody? Welcome to The Revival. My name is JJ. Let's talk E3 2019. Alright, so, got my pad again. So there were some things this year that, blew me away, made me speechless. I will totally admit, I had total nostalgia tears in my eyes quite a few times. Then there were some things where I was like, really? So it's like, it was some high highs and some not super low lows, but like disappointing moments, I guess. Anyways, it was there was a lot. So I jotted down the things from this year that hit me the hardest, and things that I'm looking forward to, and things I know that are gonna get quite a bit of attention. So we'll go ahead and get into that. Sorry that it's a couple of days late. It's been a busy week, and I actually originally meant to try and get this out right after E3 was totally done, but I just haven't had time this week, so I just thought I'd throw it up for my normal Sunday video. So here it is. So we'll just go down the list, same way we did with the pre-stuff. So we'll start off with EA. There really wasn't much. They didn't do a press conference. They did kind of like an EA Play thing where they just showcase the gameplay and stuff on certain things and everything. And honestly, there really wasn't much that I was super interested in. Jedi Fallen Order, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I'll be honest with you, everybody's talking, I mean, not everybody, but most people that I've seen online are talking about how great it looks and how amazing it looks. I'm not saying it looks bad, to me, nothing really made it stand out beyond oh cool, another game. That's kind of how I felt as I was watching it. It looks great. It looks fine. But I'm not. I'll have to wait to see what everybody says once it is out. Decide whether I want to pick it up and actually play it or not. And I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I don't know. Maybe I'm just Star Wars out at this point. Because I kind of felt the same way with the Avengers later, and I'll get to that later on. But it looked cool. It looked good. And if you're excited for it, man, more power to you. Awesome. Go for it. It didn't get me thrilled to play it. I was just kind of oh cool, I'll be curious to see what else they do. So honestly, that was pretty much it from EA for me. Next, Bethesda. Two things. There wasn't anything mind-blowing with them either. Doom Eternal looked really cool. I know a lot of people are going to be checking that out and trying it out. It looked great. So definitely curious to hear what people's thoughts are on that. And another one that I didn't know anything about until I saw it, but Ghostwire Tokyo looked really neat, and the presenter was just super charming. I thought she was great. But I don't know. I'm intrigued, and I would like to definitely see a little bit more on that in the coming months in the future and stuff. So we'll have to see what comes of that. Ubisoft. So Watchdogs Legion was the first game that they showed. I'll be honest, I really enjoyed the first two Watchdogs games, and I realize this one is going to open up a lot of possibilities as far as the gameplay and stuff. And while I will totally admit that the storyline for these games isn't super deep or anything like that, I don't know. There's the way that they're structuring it with, you're basically recruiting anybody you want to join your team and whatnot. I like to get attached to characters and stuff like that. And so having that many options, and not necessarily having to me, it basically suggests that they're going to be detached from the main story. of the game, if there even is like a big main story, which I assume there will be a baseline one like the other games. I just don't know how well that's going to fit in with that. It's probably just going to be like, you'll get the same reaction no matter who you are, and stuff. I'm sure there'll be certain dialogue differences and that kind of stuff, but I mean, as far as the gameplay goes and the outcome of different story branching paths and stuff, if there are any, will probably end up being the same. I think it looks neat. I don't know how excited I am personally for that, but I guess, you know, we'll see what happens. Also, Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Man, I don't know. I loved Wildlands, so I'm super excited for this. I already talked to a few friends of mine who were like, yeah, we'll definitely get it. It was the same guys that I played Wildlands with on PS4. We had a blast with that. It was just so much fun. Just really, really solid gameplay and just a really good time. Which, honestly, I'm really glad they're coming out with it, because my disappointment with Division 2 is still fresh. And they didn't really show anything that made me want to go back to it. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm really, really excited to see how that game fares when it comes out. Square Enix. What? Dude, like, the gameplay on the remake looks incredible. Like, I'm so excited. You know what's funny is, like, I had been trying to come up with, like, what would I do if I was going to create the battle system and everything like that. And I literally thought, like, I had the idea, like, a while ago, like, where I was just like, it'd be cool if they did some sort of a hybrid system where they made it to where the way I had actually imagined it was where you could choose whether you wanted to go with the traditional, with the new flashy look and everything, and just have traditional standard ATB, or you go with the action combat and you know, that stuff. But they've, like, fused the two, and it actually, like, looks really, really great. And from what I've read online from the people who played it on the show floor and stuff, they said it actually plays really well. So I'm super excited for that. I love the reactions that the crowd was giving, like, when it showed, like, Aerith and Tifa in combat and everything. It just looks so good. I'm so excited for it. I pre-ordered the big one. I know I said I wasn't going to do collector's editions anymore, but I mean, it's Final Fantasy VII. You know, I had to. Like, yeah. Anyways, yes, super excited for that. I don't even know what else to say. I'm super excited to see what they show off the next coming months. You know what I'm curious about, because they mentioned that it was going to be just Midgar. And I'm curious, though, with all that gameplay, if that's going to be one full game, you don't get Red 13 until the very end of Midgar. So are they just going to introduce him for, like, you know, the last hour or however long they pad that out at the end there? That's kind of my question, and honestly a little bit of fear. Because I feel like they're either, what they should do is either introduce him earlier than that somehow, or just hold off until, you know, the next episode or whatever that they release, which would suck, because, you know, I want to see him and I want to hear him and stuff. And I looked at the cast list for the voice actors and stuff, and I didn't see his name on there, so I don't know. But then again, I think they also only showed the names of the characters they've shown. So, could go either way at this point still, and we've still got a lot of time, March of next year. So, who knows? Could go either way. Either way, the game looks great, and it looks like it runs great. So, I couldn't be happier with how things are looking with that. I'm just super excited. So, yeah, for sure. Finally getting in Final Fantasy VIII Remaster for looks like everything. Super excited for that, because I've been wanting to go back and play that, but I was like, I really want trophy support for it. So, because I've been, you know, trying to platinum all the ones on my PS4. So I've been waiting for that, and now it looks like we're going to be getting that. Didn't give us a solid date on when, but they did say this year, so the next few months we should be getting that. And yeah, I'm excited to revisit again. Because it's another one of those games where I had mixed feelings about it back in the day, and then I'm curious to see if, like, I actually have, like, solid feelings on it now. So we'll see. Crystal Chronicles is officially coming out later this year. Again, no solid date, but they did say Q4. So I'm excited for that. I've got a few people that I talked to that definitely want to play it. So if I can, I'd like to do like get some people involved and do another one of those joint reviews that I did. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that and finally finishing it after all these years. And the Avengers. So maybe I'm just superheroed out. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't know. I think it's a cool concept, I guess. I think the timing of it, I mean, you could argue that with the superhero buzz in the theaters and stuff, obviously that would be great timing, you would think. But the fact that they make the characters look different, it's almost like you like these characters in the movies, and that's what they're trying to capitalize on. But they capitalize on it by doing some alternate universe spin-off that has nothing to do with those characters. Like, I'm not saying they should have gotten all those those people to voice act the characters and everything and had their exact likenesses, but I mean, these guys look really different from the movie characters, which I'm not saying is a bad thing for the game. I'm just saying for what they were trying to capitalize on based on the market, I don't know that it's going to work out that well. And people are already complaining about how the characters look and stuff. So we'll have to see what happens with that. I'm torn. I think it sounds interesting. I just don't know how excited I am necessarily to jump into it. Again, it's another one of those where I'll have to wait and see what other people say and think before I want to give it a shot and pay a full price tag on something like that. So we'll see what happens. Microsoft. I'll be honest, I was a little disappointed. I don't know, there really wasn't much that stuck out for me. The biggest thing that came out of it was obviously the Cyberpunk 2077 Keanu Reeves reveal, which was cool, but it's not an exclusive. And that, I mean, cool, you got a really cool actor to be in your game, and that's not even necessarily Microsoft offering that. That's just, Microsoft probably paid for it, but I don't know. I don't know. That and the Project Scarlet, their new console next year. I do think it's a good idea that they're launching it with Halo 5 or 5, the new Halo, whatever, the 5 or 6, whatever the new one is, Infinite. I am really excited to try that at some point. I have never bought an Xbox at launch, and I probably won't start with this. So, they would have to do something insane to get me to do that. But, I'm such a big Phil Spencer fan that I'm still going to absolutely watch and see what they do, because I'm super excited to, hear his ideas and see where he takes things, because he turned Xbox One around. Absolutely killed it. So, from where it started out. So, definitely, still going to keep my eyes on it, and we'll see what happens. Nintendo also did a great job. Nintendo and Square just blew me away, while everybody else I was kind of just like, oh, okay. Man, so Link's Awakening, the remaster looks, I guess it's a full remake, isn't it? I love that style. I don't know, I love that style. I never actually finished it on the Game Boy. I have it and I played a ton of it. I don't know where I left off because it was years ago, but I'm really, really excited to get my hands on it. And that game I will absolutely buy day one. It looks just fantastic, and it's my style of Zelda too, top down and everything. So, really, really excited to try that one for sure. Animal Crossing. I've said this a million times on the channel. I always think it sounds cool, and I'm always excited to try it out. And I was conscious of this as I was watching. I was like, man, this looks really cool. And then it sank in. I was like, I really hope I stick with it. I just never ever stick with it. I play it for a week, if that, and then I just fall off. I think it's always been missing a multiplayer component, and this one it looks like they are bringing it in, like an actual multiplayer component where you can play with other people at the same time and stuff, and gather and whatnot. So, yes, I'll probably buy it. Again, we'll see. I've been saying that a lot this video, but we will see. Smash Brothers getting a couple new characters. The Dragon Quest roster, all the heroes, holy crap. It wasn't super clear, and maybe there's like an interview or something. If somebody could like maybe link me that or something, that'd be really cool because I'm curious about it. I don't know if the way I imagine it they're doing it is you can choose the skin of which character you want to use. Like you just pick Dragon Quest Hero as your character, and then you choose whichever skin you want for, you know, whichever hero from whichever game. Rather than literally adding every single Dragon Quest Hero's character, or Dragon Quest Hero, to the game. That would just be way too much. So I think it's a skin thing. And I assume they all play the same. But it's a really neat idea. And then Banjo Kazooie. I want to be super excited for you guys, but the truth is, I've never played it. I've never played Banjo Kazooie. I know, and every time I mention that, I get ridiculed for it. Like, what are you doing? Oh yeah, because I have Rare Replay, and I believe it's on there. So I definitely need to play it. I definitely want to. So, but I know people have tons of nostalgia for it, and they love it. So, and I can absolutely, clearly appreciate nostalgia. So, I'm super excited that those people are getting their wish on that. I think it's awesome. So, yeah, 2 characters there, and I think that's great. Oh my gosh, the Mana games. Like, so this is, Nintendo got to reveal this, but I believe they're coming to all the systems. They released, on the day, the collection of Mana, which has Final Fantasy Adventure, Secret of Mana, and Second Densetsu 3. Trials of Mana is what they're calling it here now. And I'm super excited for that, because Secret of Mana is one of my top 5 games of all time. And Second Densetsu 3 was never officially released here in the States, so I'm really glad they did it. And then they announced that they're, actually I think they did it beforehand, but they announced that they're remaking it, Trials of Mana, which will be out next year. And at first I was a little worried about it, because I was like, I remember the Secret of Mana remake, and while I didn't hate it, I still definitely prefer the original. So I don't know. The voice acting was not good, and there were just problems with that game. I wasn't crazy about the look and whatnot. But I watched the Nintendo Treehouse thing of it, of the new one, and it looks like they really learned from how they did the other one, and it looks 1,000 times better. So I'm definitely going to be checking that out. That'll be another day one buy, hands down, no question. But I'm just really excited. I didn't buy the collection yet because I'm waiting for the physical copy to come out, because I want the physical, and I got plenty of stuff to play in the meantime anyways. But I am definitely excited, and I will definitely be trying Second Densetsu 3 when I get the chance to. And then Breath of the Wild 2. Breath of the Wild 2. Like, what? I don't know if that's what they're going to call it, but it's a sequel for Breath of the Wild. I mean, I'm always down for more Zelda, and Breath of the Wild was mind-blowing. So we'll have to see. Hopefully they don't do anything like the 900 Korok seeds, because that was insane. I'd rather see them like flesh out the dungeons or add more a little bit. I did like the trials that they had that were spread out, the 120 or whatever it was. I thought that was a really neat idea. But I think they could do more with dungeons and add a few more of those. So it'll be interesting. And that trailer was creepy. So we'll definitely see. And I know there's going to be so many people who have their eyes on that as well, myself included. So yeah, E3 was I had a blast watching it this year. Especially, like I said, the Square Enix and Nintendo, both of them blew me away, and I couldn't be happier with how they did it. Everybody else, like even Ubisoft, because I know normally like I'm super excited to watch their show, and it's all energetic, and maybe it's because they didn't have like a special presenter this year. I don't know. It didn't seem to have the same energy and flair that it normally does. It was still fine, but I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, definitely looking forward to hearing a lot more about these games. 2020 is going to be insane, and I'm sure I probably say that every year after E3. But I couldn't be more excited for a lot of the stuff that's coming. So guys, let me know what you think about E3 2019. Tell me down below if there's anything I missed that I should have mentioned, or like anything you're looking forward to, or anything you disagree with or agree with me on. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Tell me what you think about that Final Fantasy VII remake, because that was awesome, and I'm really, really excited for it. But yeah, let me know down below, and thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all the fun stuff, and as always, keep on gaming.